Good morning, everybody. JDev has returned once again to give you exactly what you want. And of course, that'd be more of me, that amazing, beautiful backdrop that's usually behind me, usually giving you my thoughts, my opinions, and what I hope will be some expert analysis on a certain topic subject. So, I finished watching El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. I've been up all night. I'm going to give a quick recap of what I liked, what I didn't like, and my score of the episode. Due to the spoilers I'm going to give, I'm actually going to give my score first without saying any spoilers, and that would be if I had to rate this particular movie 0 to 10, anything in between, I'm going to give it a solid 9.7 out of 10. It was good. It was a little bit on the smaller scale that I thought it would be. I thought it would be a much bigger scale, but it really wasn't. So, here's what I liked about the movie. And of course, these are the major spoilers. Obviously, I like all the appearances from people that were in Breaking Bad, and that would be, of course, Jesse, Skinny Pete, Badger, Old Joe from the salvage yard, Jesse's parents, Todd, Kenny, who was one of Jack's Nazi goons from season 5 of Breaking Bad, and then, of course, you had Walter, White, and Jane. Now, if I'm forgetting anybody, that's on me. I'm tired. But I liked all the appearances. I'm a little surprised that Todd had a lot to do with this movie. Essentially, if you didn't, it's basically Todd and Jesse hanging out one day while Jack and all the goons were out of town when Jesse was captured by Todd and all Jack's goons and whatnot. And there's a dead body at Todd's place. They get it out of the apartment. Todd has money in it, some encyclopedias, and the maid that was dead had found them, and Todd, because she found the money in the encyclopedias, killed her. And Todd had mentioned to Jesse that he's going to hide the money where no one would find it. And that's kind of the premise. Jesse needs money because what Jesse wants to do is he wants to get that treatment that Walt got and get new identity, moved away. Of course, he has to get that from Ed, the vacuum cleaner salesman, Robert Forster's character that was in season 5 of Breaking Bad. The one episode that he was in, I think. And maybe 2. I can't remember if it's 1 or 2. And he goes to Ed, and Ed says, not only do you owe me for this one, but you owe me for the last one. So you're a little short. Because Jesse finds the money that Todd had hidden in his place. And I liked a lot of Ed's character. I thought he was a good character for Breaking Bad, and I had a feeling that he would be in this movie just because he was still alive at the end of Breaking Bad. So the movie, what it does is it basically, I like the fact that there's things that happened in Breaking Bad that they didn't touch on, or events that they didn't do. And they kind of threw in scenes, and that's how we got, different people coming back. Oh, I forgot one other character that was in the movie. Mike, Ehrmantraut, was at the very beginning, which we kind of already knew because he was actually in the trailer for El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. So Mike was in it. Again, a flashback sequence. Just kind of standing there talking to Jesse how he was done. He's done. He's not doing it anymore and whatnot. Well, so Jesse ends up living happily ever after, as happy as it could be. Another touching thing is when Ed gets him to Alaska and they part ways, Jesse gives him a letter. And Ed reads it, says he's going to mail it out when he gets to Mexico. And then he says, well, he puts the letter back in the envelope and has Jesse lick it to seal it. And the letter is to Brock. So Brock will get a letter from Jesse eventually. So that was touching. I also, of course, loved the scene with Walter Hartwell White. Remember there was a scene in Breaking Bad where Jesse's like, we get a hotel room and a nice shower, and a nice meal. Well, they have a scene with that, and it was cool to see. I knew Walt was going to be in this. They wouldn't have this movie without Walt. Come on. So that was nice. But I think the best thing about this movie that I liked was the end, and that's Jesse riding in his vehicle in Alaska, and then having flashbacks of Jane, or having essentially the same word, having a flashback of Jane talking to him. And that was really touching because I liked Jane's character. She's one of my favorite characters in Breaking Bad. Definitely in my top 10. And I just thought that was rather touching. There was, there was skeptics that Jane's not going to be in this movie. It wouldn't work. But I had hope that she was going to be in the movie. And that's good. I'm glad that Jane was in it. I actually was clapping during that because I found that touching, that Jesse essentially, despite all the bad things that happened to Jesse, he kind of rode off in the sunset. As good as he could, obviously, with Andrea dying, Jesse dying, Andrea dying, Jane dying, Mike dying, all those people dying. I think it was good. Another touching thing is he told his parents when he was talking to them over the phone, he told them that they did a good job raising him, and it was on him for all the fucked up shit that happened to Jesse Pinkman. So I thought that was pretty touching. His parents seemed to, reciprocate that, but I don't know. There was a bunch of cops by their house, so I don't know if they were just trying to get him turned in or whatnot, but we shall see. But that was good. I'm trying to remember all the events of the movie. I was taking notes at first, and then I just kind of stopped taking notes because it was taking away from me watching the movie. But I did enjoy it. Now, the nitpicky stuff, the things I didn't like. So in the last episode of Breaking Bad, season 5, episode 16, Felina, Walt's about to kill Jack, and Jack says, "You want to know where your money is?" And Walt shoots him. I thought that would be something that would be addressed in El Camino. It wasn't. Again, it's just something that I was to kind of expect. There's a lot of money. That only one barrel really needed to satisfy all those Nazi guys. I mean, maybe two. I mean, Todd had a bunch of money, but there's still a lot of money out there that's unaccounted for, and I think that could have been resolved or found or whatnot. But it's fine. There's a couple characters that I was hoping would have scenes in this, and that, of course, would be Gustavo Fring, Gus, Saul. Although we got Saul in Better Call Saul, so I didn't think he would be in this, but would have been nice to see him. Of course, Skylar White, Walter Jr. That's pretty much it for the people that I was hoping we'd see. I was hoping we'd see Hank somehow, some way. And I mean, I took a break during this movie, but I didn't think enough, like maybe 20 seconds went by. I don't recall seeing the scene with Skinny Pete being interrogated in this movie, which if that's the case, they fooled us, because that made me think that this movie was going to be at a much bigger scale, and it wasn't. But I mean, it was good. It was a little slow at times. I thought there was too much of Todd when they could have done a little bit more with it. But that being said, it was still excellent. 9.7 out of 10. I just felt like there was something missing, but I can't put my finger on what it specifically is. But little things like all the money that's out there. Jesse seemingly getting away a little too easily. Thought there'd be more of a push to get Jesse Pinkman, but whatever. 9.7 out of 10. El Camino, I definitely recommend it. I'm going to watch it again. Maybe do another video and maybe things that I missed or that I wasn't paying attention good enough. But I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Obviously, if you're a fan of Breaking Bad or if you like El Camino or both, make sure you leave a comment, like it, thumb it up, share it, favorite it. And of course, if you're not subscribed, you'll want to make sure you subscribe. And to tell you guys the truth, I am exhausted all of a sudden. So I apologize if this video is not as exciting as it should be. I'm just drained. I've been up I've been up for just about 24 hours now. So I'm running on empty here, but I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Make sure you react to it somehow, some way. And of course, probably later on today, I'll be back again with another. Peace.